everybody, welcome to the Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now in our last episode, making an EVA foam bolter part 2, we continued in the deep end, trudging through the massive build that this is. But it's totally fun and it's totally easy. You saw how much we did and you saw that we weren't done yet. Which means now in this episode, making an EVA foam bolter part 3, it's time to finish the build. And not only are we going to finish the build, but pow, we're gonna move on to sealing this monster with Plastidip and painting it. And we're gonna get it nice and weathered like this. It's all scratched up everywhere and it's dirty, definitely weathered and battle damaged. So, a lot of fun. Man, this is a mammoth build. Tons of work. Easy, but a lot. So, enough of me yapping. If you're ready to hit it, let's make something. Alright, there we go. We transferred our logo over to our 3mm foam. Now we're going to use our X-Acto here, and we are going to Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, there's half of it right there. Look at that. Nifty. Just keep going. Boom. Just take your time, use a sharp blade. Look at that. That is tight. Wow. And it's going to sit right there. Wow. Now we got to do another one. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to add these little black lines, but we're going to do it with the X-Acto knife. Thin little cut. Just break the surface a little bit. We're doing all of our lines with an X-Acto. Just broke the surface. Now watch what we do. We come in with our heat gun. Check it out. How cool is that? We made the lines with the X-Acto blade and then we heated it up and it separated them, and that is crazy detail right there. Alright, like we said before, now we gotta do a second one. Alright, there we go. There's a second one. It came out just as perfect as the first one. You could totally do this. This is so easy. Nice. Alright, there's two. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come in, we're going to make the mark for the tips of our wings, and then we know we're going to be sticking it right down in the right spot. Use super glue for this because it's pretty intricate. We're just going to get a bunch of super glue on here. You got to work fast. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to smooth this all over the whole back of the piece with an extra piece of foam. Definitely wear gloves. Alright, look at that. Totally covered. Now we're going to come in. We're going to line our mark up right there and there. Then we're going to come down to this side and line it up. Remember, you've got a few seconds before it bonds. Gonna look like a piece of raised detail on the gun. Very cool. All right, let's stick to the other side. All right, there we go, both sides. All right, now we're gonna work on our barrel. And we're going to drill this hole out with our drill press. And we're gonna try to drill holes through the two sides as well. So this is our first time using our drill press. Let's go have at it. Alright, here we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drill through the two sides first, and then we'll drill through the middle. So we've got our center marked, and we're going to try it out. There we go for our first try with the drill press. Pretty radical. Now we went probably halfway through. Now we're going to come around to this side. it! We did it! Eureka! That is unbelievably smooth, that hole. Holy cow! Love the drill press. Holy cow. Fantastic. Beautiful. We got the top hole done. That is cool. Now we don't need to do the back hole because that's going to be stuck against the weapon. So, wow, look at that. Okay, now we're going to cut the circle out on the bandsaw. Wow, that is crazy ridiculous. Our first use of our drill press is total success. Look at that, all the way through and then through the front. That is a crazy nice detail right there. Wow, I am loving this. All right, now we're gonna get out our Dremel and we're gonna round this edge off. So let's get our dust mask on. Now it's time to seal it with our heat gun. Wow, got a little too close to my fingers there. Wow, look at that, the foam tightened up. Now it's nice. All right, here we go. Now we're gonna line our marks up right there, see that? To the other side, make sure we're lining our mark up, which we are right there. That is cool. All right, here we go. Now we're gonna knock out our handle. We've got this big, thick 1.5 inch piece of foam. This is a 36 millimeter. We're gonna go ahead and knock this out on the bandsaw. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Nice. Really cool. All right, now comes the shaping. Holy smokes. We're gonna tear this thing up with the Dremel and we're going to round it off. All right, we've got our Dremel, we've got our dust mask on, and it's time to start wailing on this thing. We rounded all 4 edges off. Wow, that is nice. And we hit our glove with the Dremel, wham, and tore the glove. So be careful even with the Dremel. All right, there we go. Boy, that fits nice. Wow, that is cool. All right, now we're gonna get our sanding stick out. We're gonna clean it up a little bit. All right, here's our 220. All right, now let's get our heat gun out. We're gonna seal it up. All right, look at that. Nice and tight and smooth. Wow, we contoured the heck out of that thing. Wow. We're gonna stop. We're gonna clean this mess up. Then we're gonna continue. Okay, now we're going to do the pieces that are all going to go on our handle. All of these need to be done after you've shaped your handle. So after you shape your handle to how you like it, then you can draw in where your shape is going to go. And the same thing for your trigger. After you've shaped this, then you can draw your trigger. And the same thing for the little base piece. is you wait till you're done and then you can trace it so that you know you have an exact shape of your handle. Because this... All right, so that comes in here. We're a little bit long, so we're going to cut it right there, just like that. All right, now we cut out these two little pieces, just simple squares. After you've cut this piece, then you can kind of measure. We want these to just float right in the center. One there and one there, just like that. That's it, right there. All right, there we go. We've got all of our marks made. Now that is going to go right on our handle like that, and it's going to have that cool detail on the bottom. Perfect. Centered just like that. We're going to come around to the front and we're going to center it. Look. All right, there we go. That's a nice handle right there. Cool detail on the bottom. Ooh, look at that. Okay, now this part will be really easy. We're going to take our shapes for our hand grip. Just going to cut them out. All right, just like that. Now we cut the other one out. Okay, now we're going to get our Dremel out and we're going to slightly round off the edges so it tapers onto the edge. All right, there we go. Very skinny edge now. We've tapered it nicely. All right, let's come in and seal it real quick. It's a thin piece of foam, so you don't want to go too heavy on it. All right, there we go. Give it a few minutes. Now when we push this down real tight so that it really gets good contact, watch what we get. All right, look at that. That's really subtle. Looks like a cool little raised piece on the grip. That is nice. All right, there we go. Check it out. That is perfect. Contoured to fit my hand. All right, nice. Now we're gonna come in with our Dremel. We're gonna do a couple little rivet details. All right, now we're gonna come in and put this in place. So what we need to do is we need to make our marks. So. All right, there we go. Okay, we waited a few minutes. Contact cement is dry. Now we gotta be careful. We don't wanna stick this part down yet. We're gonna lock this part in first. So we're gonna come in, we're gonna line it up carefully, and we are locked down. Okay. All right, see that? Top part's locked down. Now this part we wanna come in and line it up right inside of our Sharpie marks, which is just like that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to switch Dremel bits. we're going to come back in with our old classic. Okay, we're going to come in right down here. Sweet, look at that right there. And right there. All right. All right, now we're going to do the same size rivet hole as we did down here on the handle, and we're going to do it on these areas and then on the other side. All right, there we go. Check out those cool little rivets. Man, those details are the little ones that make it jam. And the back. Okay, now we're going to take this little foam dowel. We're going to do the two little pieces on the front end of our bolter. Now we've got our marks here and here. We're going to slice those off with our box cutter. Just like that. We're going to do the second one. All right, there we go. Two circles, perfect, cut out. Now we're going to get the Dremel. We're going to round our top edges. We're going to get our dust mask on. All right, there we go, just a slight rounded edge. All right, perfect. All right, now we're going to come into this one, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to round this off. Slice through there, a little piece of the end. We're going to go right through it, like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to Dremel around here. And we're going to come in and we're going to stick those together just like that. All right, look at that. That's what we wanted. Nice, just a nice little detail. All right. Marks right here and right here for the center. And super glue. There. We're gonna hold it down while it bonds, just like that. Then we're gonna come in and do the same thing here. All right, there we go. Perfect. Wow, really cool. All right, here we are out at the spray stand. We're gonna start to coat our bolter. We're gonna use our Plastidip, and don't forget, even when you're outside in a well-ventilated area, do not spray without your respirator. All right, there we go. Sealed in Plastidip. Took our time, just hit it from all the different angles. Look at that, nice and sealed. Coated in black rubber. Look. All right, here we go. Time to start painting. We're gonna use our brush. We're gonna bring in our cardinal red. There we go. Just like that, keep going. We trimmed all the way around. All right, there we go. We just start filling it in now. All right, we've got one layer down and it's going down pretty thin. That can do that, and you've seen us do this before. We'll just let it completely dry and then we'll come back in and we'll start going over it with another coat. And all right, check that out. We went ahead and we started putting the second layer down. We've got it back here and along these sides. So look at the difference. We've got solid coverage here, and you can see through the paint here. See that? All right, so second coat is looking great. We're gonna go through, do a second coat on both sides. All right, there we go. We've got 2 layers of the red on. Look at that, much more solid. All right, still a little bit of see-through. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back and we're gonna do a third coat, and then we might stop at the third coat, which we might be good, and plus we're gonna be coming in after that and we're gonna be putting on our weathering, so might not be too noticeable, but we're gonna do one more layer. All right, now we're getting solid now. Good change. All right, check that out. 3 coats. Man, that is solid red now. Nice. All right, very cool. All right, we're gonna leave this alone to dry for a while. After it dries, we're gonna come in with our gold. We're gonna do our gold eagles. We're going to get our black out. We're gonna touch up any of the little tiny red spots we got. Then we're gonna weather it. We're gonna do some scratch marks on there, a little bit of dark gray to make some of it look kind of oxidized. That's it, really easy. All right, now we're gonna come in and we're gonna start doing our eagle. And in the picture, it looks sort of like a gold, but it looks more like an ochre. So we're gonna come in here with a raw sienna. All right, there we go. Not bad. All right, that easy. Just gonna take our time. We're gonna go around the whole piece, get it covered. Then we're gonna maybe go in and get the edges in case you see it from the edge. That's it, have fun. All right, there we go. We've got 1 layer down. We'll let it dry, then we'll hit them both with a second coat. 2 coats, looking good. Now we're gonna start trimming in the edge. Just like that. We're gonna go all the way around the edge. Take your time. All right, there we go. We've got both eagles done. The fronts and all of the edges, except inside the wing tips. Looking good. All right, there we go. Perfect. Get our second coat on our switches. All right, both our switches have a second coat on them. All right, check it out. We're gonna make this one last little detail. We're making a little mask out of some painter's tape. This is the end of our scope on the, like that. We're gonna peel this off. All right, see that? Cool. Now, all right, now we're gonna get this off. All right, there we go. Dig that. Pretty simple. Okay, now we're gonna come in with our brown and our black. Some water in there. We're making ourselves a mud wash here. And we're gonna slop it all on here like this. And then we're gonna come in with our paper towel and we're gonna dab it off. Dab it. All right, there we go. Nice dirty overall film over the whole thing. All right, now we're actually gonna go in. We're gonna hand pick little spots just to add some extra little see that? That is nice. That's how you do it. You just pick your little spots where you want to dirty it up a little bit more. Just like that. Look at that. That's nice. All right, now we're going to come in with our silver, and we're going to pour some down here on a paper towel. We're going to use a chip brush. We cut the bristles off so it's really stiff, and we dab it in. We get some of it off, and then check this out. We're going to hit it on the edge right here. Hit the edge just like that. Holy smokes, check that out. Look at that, man. That's some genuine black metal that's been scratched up and the paint scratched off of it. Wow. Now we're just going to take our time. We're going to go around the whole piece doing that. That is so cool. Dang. All right, there we go. Check that out. Look at all the scratches, all the edges that we just hit silver on, all around here, all around the back area there. Wow. Down around here, all the edges, and here on the clip, down here, on these edges. We've got it all around on the front here, and down on the bottom of these holes, these corners, and we've got all the mud wash on here to dirty it up, and it's collected in some of the corners, so it's kind of dirty and scratched up. All right, that is sweet. Man, that's swell. All right, so that's it. Now with those last details of painting and weathering and scratching, that brings our Warhammer bolter build to a close. Holy smokes, that was a lot of work. But man, did this thing turn out cool. You saw how we finished off the build. You saw all the work that went into the handle. Holy smokes, man. We had to contour the heck out of this thing with the Dremel, but it turned out great. These little contours on the side where your finger slips in there, and the way we rounded the handle off. All our side details, the whole front assembly. You saw how we got in there with our drill press for the first time, which was rocking. Nozzle came out perfect. The two little nozzles came out great. This thing is so cool. And so that was it. A lot of work, but totally easy. You can totally do this. Oh, and by the way, you also saw when we painted it, how we used our mud wash to slop it all over the red part, dab it off to get it dirty, and then we went in with our awesome dry brush technique to do all the little scratches everywhere. And man, that thing turned out sweet. Love it. So that's it, man. And that concludes making an EVA foam bolter part 3. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're going to go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Thanks for coming. See you next time.